this is a question from Simona in Italy, and she's wondering if there's anything that can be done for a thyroid that has been inflamed because of constant heartburn. I've described how heartburn can lead to thyroid inflammation or irritation in my book Timeless Secrets of Health and Rejuvenation. But I just want to stress that the best way to deal with thyroid inflammation is to go to the root cause, which in this case would be heartburn. And heartburn is largely due to an inefficiency of the stomach to produce enough hydrochloric acid. Most people think, well, it's because I produce too much hydrochloric acid that I have heartburn or acid reflux, but in 99% of the cases that's not the case. It's due to making too little hydrochloric acid. There's a sphincter, the sphincter of the esophagus, which closes after you have eaten a meal. And it closes only if there is sufficient amount of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. That means when the stomach responds to that particular ingested food by secreting hydrochloric acid. If you make too little of it, then the sphincter is not closing properly, and food content, stomach content is backing up and regurgitating into the esophagus, and that can even come out through the throat, and you may even vomit. So the acid is very strong. Hydrochloric acid has a burning sensation, hence the word heartburn, and it usually is felt in the chest area because of the burning of the esophagus. So the hydrochloric acid or remnants of it can also move into the throat area and inflame this area and irritate it for sometimes years before there is a serious consequence that leads to chronic depletion of functions in the thyroid. So I suggest that deal with avoiding foods that possibly can lead to heartburn. There are foods like meat, chicken, fish, eggs. Sugar is particularly a serious factor in the generation of heartburn. Sugar is an artificial product of the food industry, refined sugar, I mean, not something like coconut sugar or palm sugar or honey, stevia and similar products, but the refined white sugar from beet, which it's a difficult process to produce that kind of sugar, and it acts as a toxin in the body and as a drug as well. It stimulates serotonin and makes you dependent on re-experiencing the same pleasure that the sugar serotonin link is bringing about. So I would suggest deal with the root causes first. Keeping the colon clean is very important, so that any undigested food lingering in the colon is taken out, and there is a proper vacuum effect that is pulling out anything that is above the large intestine, allowing it to move down without any serious impediments. Also making sure that the liver bile ducts are clean, so enough bile is available to digest food properly, so it doesn't stand a chance to back up and put pressure on the stomach. I've seen people brought feces up into the mouth, so there's a definite possibility that waste matter from the intestines can make their way all the way up into the mouth area, which is not very good, because that brings a lot of bacteria that are supposed to dwell only in the intestines and bringing them up into the sensory organs is not a good idea, because that can lead to irritation and inflammation. Then there's a whole different part of reasons why the thyroid can become irritated or dysfunctional, and that is an emotional reason. I speak about things like that in my book, Lifting the Veil of Duality, which gives you a better idea how the physical body responds very quickly to emotional trauma, pain, holding on to undigested mental experiences, emotional experiences, keeping things inside of us, not expressing them. The thyroid is basically the gland that communicates with all the other glands. It in fact controls all the other endocrine glands in the body, and any emotional stress and not being able to say what you feel to other people can shut down the thyroid and make it prone to diminished thyroid hormone, which in turn can lead to more inflammatory responses in that area, because it slows down the thyroid metabolism, and that can in fact contribute to many other problems in the body, like falling out of hair and menstrual problems, obesity, weight gain, and so on. So very important that we keep our thyroid and the communication center that it represents clean and open, and dare express what we feel, making sure that other people are not intimidating us, that we don't let them intimidate us, but that we do stand up for ourselves and be who we are, not try to be anyone else or pretend that we are someone else, but to truly express our feelings, emotions, our thoughts with others, whether they can hear or want to hear it. That's their business. Our business is to not keep things inside of us, but to express them. I hope that you find this helpful.